Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday, the weekly series in which you get into chat and say, hey, pull me a card. I'll pull you a card. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know that you're in chat. I am still kind of getting set up and attached to the cards, so feel free to say hello. The way this works, if you're new here, the way this works is all you got to do is say, hey, can you pull me a card? If you have a specific question, I will answer a specific question. Otherwise, I'll just do a general reading and we'll go from there. Hold on, my phone was still on. Oh, I'm telling you, I am all kind of discombobulated right now. Hey, Christy, how are you? I just got off the phone with you. Absolutely. I will absolutely read your cards. I'm surprised Lori's not in here yet. Normally, there's Lori. Lori, I was just speaking of you. I was like, where's Lori? Why is she not in here? I'm going to start worrying. Are you good, Lori? We're waiting to see if Lori responds in chat. I always have such a horrible delay with chat, so you guys might see that I am like stopping and trying to figure out where we are. So there's that. All right, Christy, let's pull you a card. Three of Pentacles. Hey, Lydia, how are you? And Lori, Dan's been sick. So he's on the upswing. Is he still at home, or did they keep him in the rehabilitation center? Hey, Beth, how are you? Lydia. Oh, no, you said all right. You said all right, Lydia, so now I'm worried. I'm all right. No, I'm going to worry. I'm like, no, she just said all right. I don't know what's going on. All right, good. He's still at home. Good. Hey, Amanda. By the way, if you guys did not see this already, if you follow my TikTok, Whimsical Mrs. M, I did start a second account. It is Mrs. M's Real Estate Adventures. And basically, it's just updates about my job and journey and how I am turning the realty group that I work with into hopefully a mega team. we're growing. We're doing stuff over there, all right? So that's what that channel's about. But today I also shared my daughter's TikTok. My daughter started a TikTok, and she specifically, her channel is her weight loss journey. And it's not because she thought she was unattractive or anything like that. My daughter has a thyroid issue, and for her own health, she has a certain eating and exercise that she does in order to keep healthy. And she wanted to be able to share that with other people who might struggle with the thyroid. So I was very proud of her. All right, Christy, you got the Three of Pentacles, all right? And the Three of Pentacles is, you think of three as like Trinity, the Holy Trinity, right? Like three is one of the magical numbers, 3, 5, and 8, 9. When I see three, I see big picture. All right. So for Three of Pentacles, we are needing to look at big picture. There's a lot of creativity going on. There's a lot of expansion going on. Look at that and focus on what exactly amongst that is the most important to you. What aspect in all those numbers coming at you, what aspect interests you the most? If you look at your card, you see the swirl inside? The swirl I take as two different things for these cards. The swirl, first off, can be just like you are constantly like in a state of confusion, running around in circles. But it can also mean that this is divine, because I see the spiral as a symbol of divine feminine. And so I kind of see this both. I see that there's a little bit of confusion, but there is also a lot of divine intervention that you might not necessarily be picking up on. But there's a lot going on that's in your favor right now, material wise. Chad, how are you? Did you get back home yet? Or are you still up north? I hope everything is going well. I know I talked to you earlier this week, but I haven't talked to you in like 3 days. All right, I haven't talked to you in like 3 days. All right, who's next? I think Lori came in, and then Lydia, Beth, and Amanda. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go with Lydia. We're gonna go with Lori, and then Lydia. Currently in Michigan still. All right. All right. I know you like it up there too, don't you? It's funny that you're in Michigan. We have a Facebook page, and I'm always kind of like trying to figure out what's best to boost our advertisements on our Facebook page. And there's an option that you can like do in other states. And a part of me, I started to like type stuff in, and a part of me was like, Michigan. It's gonna advertise to Michigan. I did not, but you know, it just made me think of you, kiddo. All right, Lori. Lori, there feels like there's a disconnect. Like, I don't know. If I was to make it an action, it would be me picking up the card and just being like, and that's the overall kind of energy that I feel right now. That it's just almost like disconnected or over it all. My earring just fell out. Lori, let's get you the card. You got the Devil in Shadow. And I am hearing very loudly that there is a question associated to that in this book. And the question is something you need to answer. So we're going to find this question. This one's a tough one. The very first question to catch my eye and be bolded. Who are you vilifying? Who are you making into a villain? Who are you blaming for this? Yeah. Jeez. This card is representing some repressed emotions. You are shoving a lot down. And when we shove things down and don't actually feel those feelings, we start to become overwhelmed, and then through that overwhelm we get just kind of dissociated with ourselves. And that's what I'm feeling from you right now. Is I'm just feeling this kind of detachment, you know? So your question to answer is, who are you making into that villain? And is it just? or is it from your frustration? That's what it is. And when you answer that for yourself, Lori, then you'll have the answer to what you're looking for. But your cards lately have been very, very heavy. Very heavy. Know that we all love you and we all think about you often, even if we're not reaching out all the time. I have people that are in our chat right now that reach out and ask me if I've heard from you and if you're doing okay. All right, Lori. So we all got your back. We're going to send you good energy, okay? All right. Hey, Leah, how are you? What's up? You made it. You got off. Didn't have to have late night tonight. Yay. All right. Lydia, I believe you are next. Yes, Lydia, you are next. Lydia, you did it again. You did it again. I say Lydia, and your whole energy goes, like you get distracted, and then when it's time for you, you hear me say your name, and you just go, like your whole energy is. It reminds me of like a meerkat, just like whoop. Ow! I pick on Lydia way too much, but she knows I love her. Oh my goodness, her, Sam. Oh, and all of them. I was thinking about all of them, and I'm like, man, they all hung out in my office so much. So I picked on Lydia way too often. All right, Lydia. Hold on. There was another card that needs to be read for you. You got the Three of Cups and Justice. I'm going to read it off the images of the card for you. We're not going to look at traditional meanings of this because I'm being told there is an absolute meaning behind this. The first thing is 3 cats. And I know you have cats, but these aren't literal cats. All right? These are, think of it like a witch's familiar, right? So these are familiars to you, but they're people. Okay? They're people. Good news is that all of the cups are upright. That means they're filling your cup. They're helping you. There's a fire, so they're helping keep your passions going. And that's good too, because sometimes you get lost and you don't know what you're wanting. So these 3 familiars are the ones that are constantly beside you, making sure they stoke your ambitious fires, right? They fill your cup, right? But then I picked up the Justice card. Now, this right here in traditional tarot would tell you something totally different than what I'm about to tell you. But this isn't a traditional reading right now. There are 2 of them, of the 3. There are 2 of them that are arguing. And you are being asked to pick a side. Of your 3 familiars, 2 of them are arguing and you have to pick a side. Don't pick a side. Don't pick a side. Don't do it. Don't pick a side. This is not an opportunity to pick a side. Now, sometimes in life there is. Sometimes you have to just choose. This is not one of those you need to just choose. All right? That third familiar, listen to them. Listen to what they're saying, because I think they know a little bit more than what the other 2 are doing. Listen to the one that's not arguing and don't pick a side. That's what you need to do. All right. Next is Beth. Beth, you are doing well. Oh, your parents are from Michigan. I'm going back and making sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Beth, let's get you a card. What's this? Like a literal, like, just like rubbing of the arm. This. Like there's like consoling. I immediately start feeling just this for some reason, Beth. And you're not getting tarot, you're getting oracle. Who rubbed your arm? Who does that? Like that's all I'm feeling right now. It's just that. Your emotions right now are all over the place. Your emotions are all over the place. I pulled the oracle card water, which is fluid. It's life, right? It's what keeps everything in stasis for me. Water, clean water, right? You had the water upside down. That means like your emotions are kind of being poured out. There's a lot of things that you are to be happy for right now, but right now there's a lot of negativity coming in that you just don't know what to do with. I feel a lot of just, I'm just going to do this. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Like, I feel a lot of that, but I feel that there is a void. There's an emptiness to what is being presented now. Is it temporary? Yes. Yes, it is temporary. It is like water. It runs. And the way that we feel about things change based on just time sometimes, right? It doesn't even have to be new information. It's just that we are different people than we were 5 minutes ago. So if you're wondering, did I do everything that I was supposed to do? Yes, you did everything you were supposed to do. And no, growth doesn't feel good. Growth feels like crap. Okay? But it doesn't stay this way. All right? All right. Maria, how are you? And Chad, thank you. It's 2 pencils in my hair right now. My husband was earlier asking me if I would actually like to entertain getting actual hair sticks. So he was on Etsy finding different styles, and he's like, "Which ones do you like?" I think he gets tired of me, sticking pencils in my hair. All right. After Beth was Amanda. Amanda. I did look into it. Yes, yes. And they require a license in Colorado. Got it. Okay. Where are you? You chat. Okay. So, you know what? Amanda, I'm going to look for you and see if there's any courses that you can take, because I think that would be a great opportunity for you. And if there is a course, shouldn't be that long of a course, but I'll check. All right, Amanda, let's get you. What's this? Why do you not? No, I feel nauseated all of a sudden. No, ma'am. Woo! It's a nervous nauseousness too, like something's just got you all kinds of stressed. No, ma'am. Ooh, ooh, yeah, you are all over the board with this one today. King of Swords. King of Swords. I am going to get your bolded words. I'm going to get your bolded words because there is something I need to understand. Why is there a vulture on your card? Why is there a vulture? I do not see vultures as everybody else. Like, I really dig vultures, so I want to know why. That's what I thought it was. Okay. So vultures for me specifically represent intelligence. I know that sounds weird, but I think vultures are very intelligent creatures, right? I don't find them to be dirty. I find them to be more like an advisor role in nature. I know that sounds really weird, but that's the connection I make with them. And when I see the King of Swords, I see male decision. All right. So I feel like there's a mentor right now that's giving you specific advice, and they are male. They are giving you very specific advice. Know that this advice comes from a place of intelligence. That's why we're seeing the vulture on the card. It is coming from a place of intelligence. It's coming from a place of experience. They do know what they're talking about. Okay. So do you take their advice? Yes. Take their advice. They do know what they're talking about at this point. All right. Ah, Amanda. Yeah, I could feel that anxiety, man. That anxiety is just woo, woo. Almost, yeah, like I said, I feel nauseated. Lost for words. How are you? You get me 2 weeks in a row? What? So, Amanda, whoever that male is that is giving you advice, and yes, I think it's even unsolicited advice. Like, he is mansplaining in the old, like, mansplaining from mansplaining from mansplaining, right? But they're right. They're right. All right. Who was next? Who was next? Let's go. We have Amanda and then Chad. What's up, Chad? So Chad, you're next, and then after Chad will be Leah. All right. Chad, your pantheon, your gods. There's the number 3 again. There's the number 3 again. There's 3 of them. You know what I'm talking about. And they stand guard, which is weird to hear them say. So I don't know if I'm understanding correctly. Like a protection is over you. Chad, you got it again. The Queen of Wands in shadow. The Queen of Wands in shadow. Who is trying to prevent you from seeing your own path? I need to figure this one out. Who's trying to prevent you from seeing your own path? Like, you have been making some extreme spiritual movement, right? Extreme spiritual movement. And within the last month, there's little things that are pulling you away from that. Little things. And she's that thing. So who is she? Who is it that's pulling you away from the things that you feel connected to? Find out who that is, and you'll be reconnected again the way that you felt best. Yeah, you have the protection, but it's a physical protection. And this one is more of a manipulation of the mind. So the protection you have physically isn't working here. Get some protection of the mind. This person is manipulating your thoughts. Yeah, a female's inhibiting what you're wanting to do. All right, so now I had Chad. And then next is Leah. After Leah will be, see if I can find it right. I have to scroll through chat and I'm horrible. Maria. See, you knew it was coming. You knew I was going to do it. Like, you can't show up, Maria, and not have me do the Maria. I have a horrible voice, but you still got it, okay? All right, Leah, and then Maria, and then Lost for Words. All right, Leah. So Leah, I see dark material, like really dark material, and I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. So are you anxious? Are you nervous about this? Blocks, walls. Just so you know, I will never breach a wall that you do not want me to see past. That is not how this reading will go. I will only see what you allow me to see. There's images of rocks, like if you're on a mountain and you're climbing up a mountain and you've got a lot of like cream colored rocks that you're just walking on because you're walking on a mountain, right? That's an immediate image in my head for you. Mountains and like mountain terrain. You got the Eight of Swords. And you're blindfolded. So what are you not wanting to see? Is this something you don't want to see? Or is this something that is being hidden from you? The words that are being bolded for me right now for you is paralysis. Paralysis. It feels like time is running out. You feel stuck in place. There's no movement. This blindfold, though, is you keeping your eyes shut. You have no forward movement because you're not opening up to be able to see everything. I ask why, and immediately as I get why, I understand that there's a lot of pain attached to being able to see. So it's easier to keep your head down. It's easier to keep your head down. But you don't get to grow when you keep your head down. When you don't look people in the eye, you're not growing. You've got a lot to see. A lot to see. So take your blindfold off. Take your blindfold off. Don't get frozen in fear. Hold your head up, shoulders back, and walk on. Okay? You don't need to have that blinder on anymore. Not at all. Mountains. I'd like to know what the mountains are. Because that was not a fearful, anxious thing. Mountains wasn't. Is that your happy place? All right. Oh, Amanda, boy! I think after Leah, it was Lost for Words or Maria. No, wait a minute. Hold on. It was Maria. You're next, right? I've been lost for words. Yeah, okay. Leah, have you ever been to the mountains? This is a big one. The mountain thing keeps sticking with me, and the fact that you are nowhere anywhere in that zone of understanding. I need to know what your experience is with the mountain. This isn't a metaphysical one either. This isn't a metaphorical. Like, this is a legitimate, literal mountain. I'd love to know. You've never been to a mountain. Okay. I would be very interested in what happens to you when you get to one. Putting that out there. If you ever stand on top of a mountain, and I say on top of a mountain, like a side of the mountain helps too. Okay, just saying. I would love to know what you feel and what kind of experience you have at that moment, because there's a connection between you and mountains. All right. Maria. Let's go. Maria, normally when I'm tapping into energy, I close my eyes, right? For some reason, my eyes are wide open with you, and I think it is because you are just kind of like looking at everything with really wide eyes right now. Like, you are seeing so much from a different perspective and understanding things the way that you never understood them before. And there's a fire. There's a fire that I feel in you. The Knight of Cups. I see the Knight as towards something. Like, I am journeying towards something. I have a goal, right? And the Knight for me of Cups is the emotional thing. The journey you're on right now is filled with fulfillment. It's filled with fulfillment. You're making forward movement to that happy place that you so desperately wanted to be. And I say wanted to in past tense because you are feeling that now. You are starting to feel those things that you were like, even, I want to say 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you didn't see yourself in this light. And so you are making these forward movements and you're starting to learn to love who you are. You're starting to learn that your voice matters. You are learning that you have worth. You have a lot of worth just the way you are. And it's very cool, very, very cool, because that's it. That's an ongoing journey. You are continuing on that journey. You're not at the end. You still have a lot to learn and a lot to enjoy about yourself. So enjoy the journey. All right, Maria? Last 4 words. Last 4 words. Let's read your card. Last 4 words. You have a headache right here. Like, it's not a stress headache. It's like a sinus headache. Maria, you're welcome. Yeah, last 4 words. There's like a sinus headache right here. So you got the Page of Wands, and I look at the Page of Wands as a messenger, right? And for Wands, it's knowledge, it's illumination, it's the understanding of things that you might not have understood. So you haven't gotten this yet. This is coming, all right? Your messenger is starting to light the candles for you. The messenger, like, you know who your messenger is. You know who's going to give you the intel. And they're starting to light those candles. They're starting to give you the illumination that you need, but it's a very kind of, one's here, and then one's way over here, and then they're going to go to the other side of the room and light that candle. So you're not getting all of the information at once, and it's not cohesive, okay? But you do know who's giving you information. So start compiling all that stuff, right? Because what they are telling you is what you've been asking for. You've been asking, and the word need keeps coming into play. I needed this. And so that's what this messenger is giving you. The messenger is giving you what you needed. It's just that you need to start putting those pieces together for yourself. All right? All right. Allergies are real. Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering. I was like, what is this? Man, this hurts. Yeah. So yeah, last 4 words. There's the start to all the information you need, but you don't have it all yet. Okay. Just keep compiling it. All right. No problem. No problem. Now, I think I've gotten everybody. I think I got everybody. Let's get you guys a universal card. And do I want to do the universal card with my oracle or my tarot? Let's do it with the oracle. I always love doing the universal card with the oracle. Oh, I wanted to show you before we pull the universal card. I made something and I have yet to figure it out, okay? I don't know how I'm going to use it yet. I would love to get some input from you guys. If you could, message me or leave a comment once this video goes up, let me know. But I made like a little divination bottle. Like, think about water scrying and fire scrying all at the same time, okay? So that's what this is. This is like a scrying sensory bottle. and you could use both water scrying techniques and fire scrying techniques. But I'm not sure. This is what it looks like. I gotta paint the top still. But it looks like this when it's just sitting. And then I get all of that coolness going on. So if you guys have ideas on how to properly read this, we might be able to tack this on to the end of a Tarot Tuesday one night and figure out how do we read a sensory scrying bottle. All right. Our guiding card for this week. Transformation. Transformation. And specifically, it's a moth on this card. And a lot of times when we think about the word transformation, sorry, my brain was like, we're not saying it again. Transformation. When we think about that, oftentimes we associate a butterfly, right? If we're going to assign it to an insect, we assign it to a butterfly. But think about how incredibly beautiful moths are actually, right? Those are some moths are even prettier than some butterflies. So I think this transformation, specifically because there's a moth, it's this unseen, unacknowledged transformation. You know, we look at the big stuff that we've changed, but we don't necessarily see the things that we wouldn't have deemed beautiful. We wouldn't deem that pretty. And so that's not really a transformation, but it is. It is pretty. In its way, it is gorgeous. And you need to acknowledge that. This week, we need to acknowledge the parts of us that have changed and acknowledge what that gives us as an advantage to our new life. Because every day when we learn something new, it starts a new life altogether because you don't have the same perspective that you had the day before, right? So what are you overlooking that's changed in you? That's what we need to focus on tonight, this week. I said tonight, this week. This week, focus on the things that have changed and you didn't acknowledge. How do those changes benefit you? That would be an interesting conversation with self. Oh, I know. The caterpillars are gorgeous, right? Are absolutely gorgeous. I saw a lunar moth in an antique store, and it was like set in this beautiful frame and everything. I was like, man, lunar moths. You think about, it's a moth. It's a moth, right? But this moth right now is so coveted that even after it has expired, it's being put into an antique store for like $400. That's crazy, right? And that kind of just drives home this whole meaning and message right now is that we don't always see the importance, right? We don't see the worth in it. What did you change that was so worth it? Absolutely so worth it. Not the big stuff, the little stuff, the little mindsets. All right? All right, my lovelies. We are done for the night. It was an easy night. Somebody told me that it was going to be an easy night. It was an easy night. My lovelies, be happy, be safe. Remember that I love you, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.